So I went to change my pen color and I pushed stop, so the video ended. So sorry about that. It was pick up in this video, I guess. All right, so the other side here was also x, right? The perimeter just means the length all the way around the outside. So our equation that we're going to have is going to be 2x plus 2y is equal to 28. And like we've been doing in all these ones, we might as well right now. Let's rearrange this for y. Let's say y is equal to, and if you solve for y, that's going to be 28 minus 2x over 2. And then simplifying that, that would be, well, 28 divided by 2 is 14, minus, and then that's just x. We just went that divided by 2 and that divided by 2. Okay. So we got that part done. Now it says area. What's the maximum area? Well, area is just going to be x times y. And I'll call this a of x instead of f of x, just for area. So a of x is going to be x times y. Well, y is this. That's what y is equal to. So let's rewrite this as a of x is equal to x, that's just this one, times 14 minus x. Okay, now you could graph this just like this, or you could complete the square. I'll graph this one. Okay, so you bring up your calculator, and we're going to put x, and then don't forget to push times, or else it won't work. X times, and then bracket 14 minus x. And then enter. And it's going straight up and down again almost, right? So we're just zoomed in too far again. Let's think about the numbers that we're dealing with here for a minute. So 2 times something plus 2 times something else equals 28. So what I've probably got is like, I don't know, 2 times like even 10, right? So like 2 times 10 and 10. So let's make this thing go, I don't know, like 10 times 10 here, right? 10 for x and 10 for y. So 10 times 10, that'd be 100. So let's make our maximum 100. So I'll go menu, Windows Zoom, Y max is going to be 100, and then now we can see it. I don't even really need to go over to the right more. We're probably good because I can just figure out the top there. So let's go menu, analyze graph. That is a maximum value. Go to the left, go to the right, and it's at 7,49. So our point here was at 7,49. So remember what these numbers mean. X is literally X in this case, right? We called that X there. And then the Y value, or the, I guess that's confusing when I call it Y, isn't it? So that's the function value, right? That's the one going up this side. That's going to be 49. That's the function going up there. Okay, so what were we looking for here? What's the maximum area? Oh, well, this one's just easy. That's this, right? That's the maximum function value that you're going to get. So that would be max area is going to be 49 centimeters squared. So we were measuring in centimeters. Okay, moving on. Did that one. All right, the revenue problems. All right, so let's fill some numbers in here. We're going to say revenue. And I'll even say R of X right now. Revenue as a function of X is really what we're doing. Now, members originally, the original members it says was 160. So I'm just going to write down 160. And I'm going to close the, I'm just going to do that for now. This just makes most sense for me. So 160. The price part was originally 400. So I'm going to put 400 in here for my price. And now I'm going to introduce these new two numbers with this market study. So it says that for every $25 price drop, so I'm looking at the price one, and it drops, so I'm going to say minus 25 and X, right? Because that's how many times it happens, 25X. And now it says 20 more people will join. So 20 more people, so plus 20X for my members. And then that's it. These ones are probably going to be easier if you graph it, just because we're dealing with some big numbers now. Completing the square might be a little bit tougher. So let's graph this. Okay, so we're going to have, open the bracket, we're going to go 160 plus 20x. Move my cursor over. I'm going to push multiply to make sure that it actually multiplies. And then bracket 400 minus 25x, and then push enter. Ooh, and this one looks funny again, right? So what's probably happening here is this thing goes up, crosses the y-axis up here somewhere, and then comes back down again. So we got to zoom out quite a lot. So let's take a second to think about what kind of numbers we're even dealing with here. So the members were around like 160 to begin with. They were being multiplied by 400. So to get us in the same ballpark, we could even just go like, 160, well, even like plus 20. So I don't know, let's make this like, consider this like 200 maybe. And then this side like 300. So 200 times 300, let's try to get to figure out what our Y max would be, or our revenue max. So let's go menu, window, and I'll say my Y maximum. We're going to say like 60,000. And then for our X value, we're just talking about how many increases there are, right? So it's not going to actually be that big of a number. Let's keep it at like 10. I don't know, maybe that might be fine. So let's go okay. We weren't quite high enough. You can see I'm not making it quite to the top of this thing. No big deal though. Let's just do it again and let's go a bit higher. Okay, so instead of 60,000, let's even go like 80,000. There, then we can see the top now. Now that we can see the top, we'll go menu, we'll go analyze graph. That is a maximum, so go to the left, go to the right, and X is going to be 4, and our maximum revenue is going to be 7.2 times 10 to the 4. Okay, so I kind of sketched that out up here. So now it's saying what price should the management use to earn the most revenue? So that's talking about the vertex, right? So all we got to do is figure out, okay, we want this. So price, we're going to say, is going to be equal to 400 minus 25. And then in place of X, I'm going to put the X that gave the biggest revenue. That was 4, right? Or sorry, not the price, the X value, how many times it changed. So 4. So it's going to be 25 times 4. So that's going to be equal to 400 minus 100. That's $300. Okay, hopefully you guys are doing all right with that. Last one. A student parking pass costs $20. So, at this price, 150 students will purchase passes. For every $5 increase, 20 fewer, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be the same thing. Let's go R of X for revenue is going to be equal to, so I'm going to say students times price, again, right, for the parking pass. So we'll say R of X is going to be, well, originally there's 150 students. I'm going to leave a space. And the parking pass costs $20. So that's kind of our starting points right there, right? Okay, and then the next, for every $5 increase, so that's on the price side, so I'm going to say plus 5x, because that's the number of increases is what X represents. 20 fewer students will get parking passes, so minus 20x. Okay, and then just graph that. All right, so we've got, we'll start the bracket, we got 150 minus 20x times, start new bracket, 20 plus 5x. That should be good. Push enter. I can even see the two sides this time, so I just got to go up. So get a feel for where we're at for numbers. So like 150 minus 20, I don't know. So let's even say like 150 times, let's even just go 150 times 20. If this was like around 150, this was around 20, like our starting points there. Then let's use that to kind of figure out what our max would be there. Okay, so let's try like 3,000 just to see if we can get the right ballpark. So Y max, thinking like 3,000. Nope, not quite. Missed it again. Window. Let's go 5,000 even. All right, now we can really see it. Okay, now I'm going to go menu, analyze graph. That's a maximum. So go to the left, go to the right. So 1.75. Okay, so I kind of sketched it out a little bit there with the vertex. It says what price of a parking pass will generate the maximum revenue. So we're looking for this again, right? So this part of it. And we just got to fill in our X value of 1.75. So price is going to be 20 plus 5x. So that's going to be 20 plus 5 times 1.75. So we should charge $28.75. Okay, in the second part, what is the maximum revenue? Well, the maximum revenue is just this number, right? That's what that function was of. So max revenue is 3.31 times 10 to the 3, which is the same as if you just move the decimal place over 1, 2, 3 times, or multiply by 10 to the 3, same thing. You're going to get $3,310. Okay, that's going to be it for that video.